Are you a man? 'Cause I'm a bitch. Ooh. Okay, I think it's my turn.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome. I'm Jacob Bellotti, joined as always by the incomparable, the athletic, the normal weight as determined by the thing at the pharmacy today, Larry Saperstein. Hello, Larry. How are you?
I am good. My body mass index is, according to the Higgy station at the Rite Aid, normal.
Well, mine is overweight. So welcome to Let's Talk About That.
All systems are a go.
Talking database activated.
Begin in 3, 2, 1.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what? Let's talk about who? Let's talk about me. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about that. Girl, I cannot believe we are talking about that.
Wait, what are we talking about? Let's talk about that. Honey, I really don't think that you are overweight. I really, really, really don't.
It was just seeing the word pop up. Overweight, you know?
I know, but
it was harsh. It was harsh.
I'm pretty sure that body mass index is no longer considered like an effective measure of, weight, health, or whatever.
Well, it's just funny to me that you're the one who's always insecure about their weight, and I'm the one who is fat.
I'm not insecure about my weight. I'm insecure about like the composition of my body. I'd like to have less fat on my body and more muscle. But I don't think that I'm necessarily overweight. I just think that
like
I would
me, right? Like that's the
No,
big
I
fan.
think that you look amazing.
Okay.
I really do.
Okay. Well, I've had a lot of ups and downs, so let's talk about us.
Let's talk about us.
Girl, so my toilet had to be replaced.
Right. Because you take huge giant poopies.
No, that is not what happened.
You took a huge giant poopy.
No.
And your toilet just went.
No, the problem
The
is
toilet said, "I'm out."
the problem is the cock and ball chain.
The ball cock.
Whatever it is.
We called my mom, and she was like, "I think there's a problem with the ball cock."
And I was like, what?
And I think she was right.
Yeah, I think she was too.
I'm not really sure what a ball cock is. If there's any plumbers out there,
I certainly know what a ball cock is, honey.
If there's any plumbers out there who want to fill us in,
Yeah, please leave a comment below if you are a plumber and you know what the hell a ball cock is.
and why in the hell did they choose the name ball cock?
Yes, my God. If you're a toilet historian, maybe. But anyway, so I guess like the valves were broken, so the thing wasn't like filling properly.
Right.
Like you couldn't flush it.
It was going.
Yeah, and then it kept refilling
Yeah.
because it would go down. I don't know. Something was wrong. So they just replaced the whole toilet, which,
Yeah, and now you have a new toilet, girl.
the toilet is wonderful. You
This
have pooped
toilet
in
doesn't
it.
go
I have pooped in it.
This toilet goes whoosh,
Yes.
and then it's just silent.
We have both pooped in it, and I give it a very high review.
Poop?
Yes.
Who's pooping?
You?
Not me.
Yeah, certainly you.
No, you poop enough for the both of us, honey.
That's not true. Why are you coming out on this public platform and spreading misinformation?
I'm
Because
sorry.
you, out of the two of us, are the one who poops.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh my God. Metabolism of a 12-year-old boy, girl.
That's why I am normal weight.
Oh my God. In other news this week, so my mother has informed me.
Oh.
We talked about this. That her tablescaping is a big part of her life.
Right, her table
And she's
journey.
very into like, making it themed for
Right.
different events and holding things and whatever. The main Facebook group that she's in
Do you know the name of this group?
I don't.
Okay.
I would have to check, but
Damn.
has asked her to use a photo of her table as the official cover photo for the group.
Wow. That is a real true accomplishment. Do we know how many members are in this group?
Like 100,000.
100,000?
Yeah.
100,000 members.
Yeah, out of that many members, her tablescape, what they
Is
want
the
to
cover.
use as the cover photo for the group.
Are there tablescaping like competitions? Or,
I don't know.
Entries, like something that she could get into, maybe like win some money from her tablescaping?
I don't know. I'd have to
Or a national
look into
title.
that. I have not looked into this at all, for the record. I've done no research to prepare for this conversation whatsoever.
Well, your mom's going to hear that and be very upset.
Yeah, but she'll be happy that I'm mentioning it because she loves hearing about herself on the podcast. The other stuff, not so much, but she does love hearing about herself.
Well, Jen, we love you.
Yeah, we love you. And then, oh my God, so we have to give an update on this.
What?
So a couple episodes ago,
Yeah.
we talked about the song of the summer.
Right, of course.
We had
of
a
course.
ginormous conversation about it.
It was a whole segment.
It was.
There's been like a wrench thrown in our prediction because we were
Listen.
not expecting this drop.
Listen, there was an unexpected moment that occurred, and it is so
So
diva.
important to me.
So, I mean, I
This
literally
was this yesterday that we heard this song for the first time, or was it 2 days ago?
2 days ago we heard
2
this
days
for the
ago we
first
heard
time.
this song for the first time.
And I have been playing it. I do the on Spotify. Spotify, we love
you.
I do on repeat one,
Right.
so it like just repeats.
It just
the song
repeats that song over
and
and
over
it
again.
fades in between the songs, so you don't
Yes.
even really know when the song is over and when it's begun.
Yes, and out of the blue, iconic artist Kesha has dropped Joyride.
Kesha.
I mean,
Wow. It's her first song as a free woman,
Yes.
and let me tell you, she is free.
she is a motherfucking woman. You know,
Are you a man? Because I'm a bitch.
yeah, I mean, hello.
That song we were talking, but you know what is interesting though
Yeah.
about this is we were talking about artists, specifically Lady Gaga,
Yeah.
returning back to their original
Sound.
original thing that made them blow up in the first place. And everyone is saying this is a return to Kesha's original sound. And that, I think, is fierce Tina.
I cannot believe how much I love this song. Like,
It's so
I am obsessed with this song.
It's
It's
so
playing in
good.
my head right now. Like, yeah. Joyride, Joyride.
I was looking for a good time tonight.
Get in, loser, because we're going for a Joyride.
And then, of course, there's the Lawrence the Cat version.
Yes.
Cute cat. I'm just looking for a cute cat tonight.
We do make up songs for the cat. Yeah.
I mean, give me any song and I will turn it into a Lawrence the Cat
we
remix.
did it. So this actually started. Shout out to my friend Max, by the way, Max Harwood
Oh.
from Everybody's Talking About Jamie.
Oh.
But this started from that, by the way. That is the origin of Lawrence
From
the
the
Cat
Everybody's
songs.
Talking About Jamie movie.
Yes, and the opening number in that song, it's about like the Jimmy Show,
Right.
and we started going, it's the Lawrence Show, and
this
then
is
all of a
this is
sudden,
the thing between you and Jeremy.
Yeah,
and I
and
just came into it later, but
and so
I love it.
like all of a sudden it became it became like every song is whoa, he's a cat. You know, like literally every song has become I love my favorite one is the Rihanna one.
Which one?
The cheers, I'll drink to that. We go, he is a cat. Meow, 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 meow. He is a cat.
Meow 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 meow. Wow, what's my favorite one? We've had some good ones recently. Honestly, this Joyride one is really up there.
It is.
But what was the other song that we were doing? Was it a Gaga song?
We do a lot of songs.
That's
for
Lawrence. That's Lawrence.
Oh, it was Babylon.
Lawrence is a cat and he is nice. That's Lawrence. Yes, he is.
We are out here just changing lyrics.
Any
girl.
song, like literally any song we hear,
I know, it
a
becomes a
Lawrence
Lawrence the Cat.
remix in like literally 2 minutes.
We'll have to put out an album, you know? Essential Lawrence Volume 1.
That is fierce.
Oh my God. Is anything going on with you? I mean, I've been in your life pretty much every day for the past week, but
Yeah, I mean, hey, we're repping the
Oh,
Dodgers,
yeah.
the Dodgers.
that's right. We talked about this
jerseys.
with Kylie Cantrell that we got.
Yes, that we got the Dodgers Pride
shirts.
jerseys,
So
and-
here they are, people.
and we're wearing them.
Yeah, if you're watching us on YouTube at Let's Talk About That Pod,
Or on TikTok or Instagram, also at Let's Talk About That Pod.
hello, a plug. You can see us in these gorgeous Pride Dodgers uniforms.
Yeah. I don't know what is going on with me. I can't even remember what we said we were going to talk about on this damn episode.
Well, we're going to talk about something because lately we've talked about this before, but we have really been getting into Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Oh, yes.
And
of
I thought it was a
course.
good opportunity for us to talk about like theme parks, because what the people might not know is Larry is a huge
I'm a big theme park fan.
enthusiast.
Well, okay, for anyone who might not know, Roller Coaster Tycoon,
Yeah.
also known as the best video game ever created ever,
Right.
is a computer game from the late 1990s.
Yeah.
And basically in this game, you have to create and manage your own theme park. Now, I think if it was created now, they would not have used the word tycoon in the title because
Whoa.
it suggests, it suggests like a business monopoly, which I think we have all universally agreed is a bad thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
And it is so fun.
Yeah. Oh,
And-
yeah.
And what is so amazing about this video game to me is that it was literally created in like 1998.
Yes.
And then the second one, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2,
Yeah.
naturally,
Sure, of course.
is from like 2000, 2001, 2002, somewhere in there. And it still holds up. Like, we play this game and it doesn't feel like an old game. It's not like laggy. It's not bad. Like, the marvel of this game to me is that the computer programming, I am not a computer programming nerd, but the computer programming of this game is so good and so strong that in 2024 it still holds up as like a good game that runs well.
We are sitting here like playing. I'm very concerned about the customers when we
I know
play.
you want them to have a good customer experience.
I'm always saying we need to make sure we're providing our customers the best possible experience. Meanwhile, they're like little pixels on
yeah,
the
they're like
screen.
little pixel people, kind of. But they need food.
They need benches, trash
they need
cans.
trash cans. They need bathrooms.
Hello.
They need drinks, and then they also need fun rides and attractions and experiences.
Of course. And I care very much about our customer satisfaction.
And you know what? We always win.
We do. Not only do we win, we always crush it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing this game. I've had this game installed on my computer, various devices, since I was probably 6 years old.
Yeah.
Like, I've had this game for so long. I never played the 3. There was a Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 that came out in like the mid 2000s.
You never told me there was a 3.
Well, Jeremy talked about it when we were talking about the game, but the third one is very different. It's like 3D. It's like kind of rudimentary 3D graphics because it was before 3D was like super popular. This
Oh.
one is not 3D. It's kind of like it's isometric, so you can only look at it from certain
I didn't know they made a
angles.
third one. It's called Roller Coaster Tycoon 3.
Yeah, but it's different. I mean, it's still fun, but it doesn't. I don't think it's supported on the new computers in the same way
Oh, okay.
that the first two games are supported.
Yeah.
Because we use like a modded version of the game to play called
Oh, you're
OpenRCT2.
you're getting technical on the pod.
Yeah. Well, so the way that you and I play the Roller Coaster Tycoon game is
Yeah.
we play it on this like modded version called OpenRCT2, which is like the Roller Coaster Tycoon community
Okay.
has basically taken the source files of the game.
So they stole it?
No, because it was kind of the original developer of the game. His name is Chris Sawyer. He like gave
You know so much about this
I
game.
do. It's important to me. It's been a part of my life for such a long time. But so the original developer of this game sort of gave his blessing. He was like, he basically said, I'm no longer going to do anything with this game. So
Okay.
whatever the community wants to do with it is okay. And, there would be no life for this game otherwise, because there's no real way to like buy it other than,
Right.
buying like old CDs. And he's certainly made his like fortune off of it. So this way is, and actually even still, you need to purchase a copy of the game to be able to like merge the files. So I had to purchase like an online copy of the original game to then like merge the files with the modded files. Anyway, but what's cool about this is they add new like ride types that were not a thing when the original game came out. Like they weren't invented yet, and now they could be in the game, which is so cool. And they just kind of made some quality of life improvements as well, added like hotkeys and things that make the game easier. Literally last episode, me being like, I'm not a gamer.
Yeah. Now we're sitting here, you're explaining intricate details of this game.
But what I love about the game so much, I think it has so much character and so much charm, and you kind of feel like you're looking over this little diorama world of like a park.
Well, that was my original birthday gift idea for you. I think I told you that
Yes,
when we
you
were
did.
at the Model Train Museum
which
in
is
San Diego.
so cute. But
I wanted to build you like a little diorama of like a theme park from your hometown in Long Island.
Adventureland.
Called Adventureland. But I quickly realized that would cost a lot.
Thousands of dollars.
A lot.
That's
of
like
money.
a lifetime project.
Yeah.
Like you do one major diorama like that in your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in order to get it to be like detailed in the way that we would want it, it would actually be huge.
I know. I was talking to 3D printing people. I was talking to rendering
you
people.
really got up in it.
I really did, because I was like, I think this would be the most wonderful gift I could give him. And
Thank you.
then it didn't work out.
Well, honey, the most wonderful gift that you could give me is just being yourself.
Thank you. You feel free to go on. Say more, please.
Well, that is the most wonderful gift you could give me. Is being you and being in my life.
Okay, well, are you a man? Because I'm a bitch.
But this, hey, perfect segue here. So the thing about the diorama thing, right?
Yeah.
How it looks like a diorama, that is happening in real life right now in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, yes.
At the Universal Epic Universe Preview Center.
Yes. We've been watching many a video on the development of Epic Universe.
And let me tell you something. I don't want to go to Florida. I
No.
really don't.
No.
But I will go to Florida
Yes.
for this damn theme
Listen,
park.
if you work at Universal and
If you work at Universal
and you are listening to this right now,
if you can get us any sort of way into that Epic Universe theme park when she opens up in 2025,
we will happily broadcast from Epic Universe.
oh, I would do a series of episodes on the Universal parks.
A series. There you go.
Live from
We'll have
Epic
a
Universe.
spin-off podcast about it.
Yeah. Let's talk about that from Epic Universe.
Yeah.
Or just from the Universal parks in general.
I mean, the reality is we probably will do an episode from there anyway, but...
Yeah, I mean, we'll just do one from like the hotel room or whatever.
Yeah, but if we could get some access, I'm just putting it out there.
They keep saying in the previews that there's a VIP section.
Yes, there's a VIP rooftop.
A VIP entrance.
I would like to be a part
see
of that.
VIP entrance one time in my life.
I would
Please
like
and
to.
thank
I would
you.
like to see it.
I would very much like to see it.
Yes.
But VIP entrance or not, this park looks so freaking cool. And I don't really participate too much in the online theme park / roller coaster community, which are two different communities, by the way.
Yes.
There is a theme park community, and then there is a roller coaster community.
Even I have started to notice the difference between these two communities.
The personnel that are involved in each community are different.
Yes.
And I tend to gravitate more towards the theme park people. I think they seem to be nicer.
They seem to be a little less homophobic.
Yeah, they seem to be maybe more diverse as a group, as a community.
For sure.
Than the roller coaster people, which sucks because I love roller coasters.
I know.
mean, roller coasters are like the thing that I love. But I do think that I have grown more into a theme park lover than a roller coaster lover because I love roller coasters, but if you don't have good food, if you don't have good atmosphere, if you don't have good shade or queue lines, like I can't do that. I think
it's very easy for, this is why I'm like a little hesitant. It's very easy for me to become unhappy on a theme park day.
You're like the little peeps.
I am
in the roller coaster tycoon.
It's true.
If you don't have a bench, you will freak out.
I need to be sitting sometimes. I need to have shade. I need to have water.
Right.
I need to have food.
Right.
I need to not be standing in a line for 2.5 hours.
Right. Well, that's where I think Disneyland will ultimately be the better experience than like Six Flags. I mean, the thing is, if you know, so we're trying to go to like a bunch of different LA theme parks because I've been to all of them, but you haven't been to any of them.
I've been to 0.
And so I really want to take you to Six Flags, Knott's Berry Farm, and Disneyland, which you've never been to Disneyland.
For the record, I did grow up in New Jersey, about 25 minutes away from Great Adventure,
right, Six Flags Great Adventure,
which is like the biggest, that's the big Six Flags.
Yeah, and the Magic Mountain, the Six Flags Magic Mountain here there's a lot of similarities. Like they have a lot of similar rides.
Right, but Great Adventure is like known to be the one, you know,
well,
for
it's
Six
Great
Flags.
Adventure and Magic Mountain are like the two. Because Magic Mountain has the most roller coasters of any theme park in the world. It has 20 roller coasters, I believe.
Okay, but Great Adventure had King to Ka, honey.
Right. And so Great Adventure had the tallest roller coaster in the world.
Yeah.
So, which is now being usurped by a roller coaster in like Abu Dhabi, I think. Or,
yeah, well, whatever. But I went to Great Adventure all the time as a kid. I've been to Coney Island. I've been to Hershey Park multiple times.
Hershey Park is a great one.
You know, I've been to Disney World in Florida.
You probably been to Disney World more than I have because I haven't been to Disney World.
Well, when my grandpa was
10.
alive, when I was like a child,
right.
He lived in that area. He lived in the same town where your grandma lives.
That's like kind of far from Disney World. That's like 3-hour drive.
I know, but we would go every single time we went to Florida.
Got it.
So to visit him, like that would be a combined trip to go to Disney World and the Universal there. I have never even been inside the Universal that's in LA, like literally 10 minutes from where we are currently.
I haven't been to the one in Florida, and I think that's part of why I'm so excited for this Universal Epic Universe park. Because for me, it's like an excuse to go and experience all the parks because I haven't experienced the Velocicoaster. I haven't experienced...
I've been on everything there.
Well, the Velocicoaster opened in like 2019.
Okay, well then I haven't been on that, but I've been on like
and
all
then the Hagrid's motorbike.
I remember Incredible Hulk there.
Right, haven't been on that. That one still is a thing.
I rode that one many times.
Yeah.
And other ones that were there.
Yeah, well, and then they also have like a really beautiful E.T. ride.
Yeah.
And some other stuff. But anyway, so...
Does it reach out to you with like one finger?
No, I don't know. I think you ride on the bike and he's like in front of you on the thing.
I think I went on that.
And then you're kind of like going, kind of floating.
I think I was on that ride.
Yeah. Probably. It's a big one there.
Yeah.
But this Epic Universe park.
Yeah.
Before we get into the Magic Mountain and the Disneyland.
Sure.
So this park has the Nintendo World, which they do have here, but it's a bigger and better one with a whole expanded Donkey Kong area. It has the Dark Universe, which is the Universal Monsters land. So it's kind of like this horror land with all the
it's like Frankenstein based, right?
Yeah, well, so it's like all the different monsters, right?
It's based on Victoria Frankenstein, though, I think.
Well, that's one of the rides.
Yeah.
One of the rides is like Victoria Frankenstein, but then also Dracula is part of the ride.
Okay,
the Wolfman and it's mostly those because those are the most popular ones.
Okay.
And then there's also the How to Train Your Dragon.
Right,
land.
Which, to be honest, I've never seen any of those movies.
I've never seen any of those movies either, but the land looks so cool. It's a little bit more geared towards the younger audience, but there's like a cool, like, another cool roller coaster in there, and a cool, like, boat ride where you, like, shoot.
Is it How to Train Your Coaster? Is that what it's called?
No, it's called Hiccup's Wing Gliders, I think.
I mean, what are they doing over there? Okay, why am I not naming every roller
because
coaster in every theme park?
It's not supposed to be like a roller coaster. Like in the theme of it, it's not really a roller coaster. It's like a machine. You know,
okay,
they create.
but I'm just saying I come up with the best roller coaster names ever when we're playing the roller
poop
coaster.
shoot.
That was you.
No.
You came up with the poop shoot.
I don't think so.
You did. You did. I guarantee you 100% the poop shoot was your name that you chose for the brown looping coaster in Roller Coaster
Shoot.
Tycoon. Yes.
But anyway, so then there's also what's the fourth one? The fourth land is the Harry Potter.
Yes.
So the Wizarding
Which
World.
I went to the one in Florida when it first opened.
Well, so there's this is also Florida. So
I think it was
now
like 2008
Now
or
there's
something.
3 Wizarding World lands at Universal. There's one in every park.
Okay, so I went to the original one when it opened
Right.
in like 2008 in
Right.
Orlando.
Okay.
And I did like the
Did you-
castle ride.
Right.
And I tried the iced butterbeer, which I remember loving.
And they have that ride here too. The Forbidden Journey, it's called.
Okay,
Where
yeah.
you're like kind of strapped in and then you start to levitate and
And you
like,
go through like Hogwarts and all that. Yeah. I did that one. By the way, fuck J.K. Rowling.
well, of course.
Oh
Of
my
course.
God.
I mean, I actually
Every fucking day, it's a new thing with her.
I was never really a Harry Potter fan, so like I don't even care about going into Harry Potter world for like the story and for the Harry Potterness of it. I just think like the immersion is cool, and I praise Universal for what they've done. But
yeah.
not
Well,
Miss
see,
Rowling.
I do care about the lore, and that's like the upsetting thing about it is like those books were a staple for a lot of queer people.
Oh,
and
really?
Yeah, like that's like it's a very queer thing to have like read all the Harry Potters multiple
Gotcha.
times and been like very involved in that whole thing.
Right.
And because like it's like such a like fantastical journey, it was like an escape for a lot of queer
Right.
kids.
Sure, I get that.
And then to have that utter fucking bitch that there's not a word I can find that is awful enough to describe that horrific woman.
I get it.
Who
I agree.
unfortunately created all of this. But I very much care about the world.
Yeah.
So that is one I'm like looking forward to seeing. What if they added an epic universe that is
yeah.
different than the one that I went to?
Well, I don't care about the world because famously I don't read.
Right.
But
Right. No, that's true. Yeah.
but I understand.
How far are you into my book, by the way?
I'm about 200 pages into it.
Okay.
So like almost halfway.
Yeah. And you started reading it
About 2 months ago?
was it 2? I think it was more than that, maybe.
No, I think it was like 2 months ago. Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, so
No, it doesn't hurt my feelings or anything.
I will finish the book. Would you
Okay.
calm down?
Okay.
So I think it's a different wizarding area. Like this one is themed after Wizarding Paris, which is like the Fantastic Beasts.
Oh, see, I never
movies.
watched those. By that
Yeah.
point, I was out of it. you
But
know?
the first one is like Hogsmeade, right?
yeah.
And then the second one is Diagon Alley.
Yes.
Or no, maybe that's
Diagon Alley.
yeah, okay. That's the second land. And then the third
A lot of people quote the moment. So there's a moment in the second one. So the whole thing is they travel by like flu powder or whatever.
Right,
That
right,
like
the
takes
flu
you
network.
through the fireplaces to
Right.
Diagon Alley. And that's
Right.
how they get there. But in the second movie, Harry's like about to do it and he like chokes on the powder and he goes, Diagon Alley.
great.
It's like a big meme. It's like a big
I mean, I
thing.
love Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, he's
So,
cool.
Just won
weird.
a Tony.
Yeah.
Just won a Tony
Oh,
Award.
we were talking about different things about him.
Oh, weird.
Weird. Hello.
Of course.
Al Yankovic. Hello.
Of course. And congrats on his Tony.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the main difference. But there's also the whole center area of this park called Celestial Park.
Right.
And there's a huge roller coaster there that's going to be called Stardust Racers. Originally it was called Starfall Racers.
Right.
But now they're calling it Stardust Racers because there was some kind of a lawsuit.
Oh,
And then there's some other stuff in the mainland, lots of shopping and dining options, you know.
Yeah.
But it just seems like such a wonderful day with lots of trees and scenery, and I think that's why you'd really like Disneyland. I mean, Disneyland is so crowded nowadays, though.
Yeah.
But
I feel like if we go, we have to do the guide thing.
well, only if I can get it. If you want a guide and you can't, and you're not getting it like from Disney, do you know how much it is?
How much is it?
It's $600 per hour
That's a lot.
to have a guide, to have a private guide for the day.
Let's just get it from Disney.
But we would just get. Well, I'm not eligible to get it from Disney anymore, Jay.
I mean, come on, Larry. Well, like, come on, give me some perks here.
But the fast pass is good. Look, I went through Disneyland all day with my mother and my handicapped father in a motor scooter.
Yeah.
And it was fine.
Yeah.
So I think the two of us going through Disney with the fast pass will be able to get through our day.
Yeah.
There's tons of food options. There's tons of drink options. You can bring a water bottle. There's refill stations.
I know. I feel like I need more than one day to do it, though. That's the
maybe,
other issue.
but it's not that big. Like the Disney World and the California Adventure, it's not that huge.
Okay, well.
It's all on like one piece of land. It's not like other parks where there's different.
Yes,
you
in
know,
Orlando, you like go between.
right, you have to
the
like
different
drive
ones.
between them, and they're different. This is like
Yes.
one thing where they're like literally across this like plaza from each other.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. I still feel like one day it's a lot for me to do all of that.
I
but,
get it. Well, we'll see what we can do.
You know, I have like needs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have needs.
I do. I'm
You
very
also have
needy.
knees.
2 of them to be exact. Wow. So if
Well,
we've just bored you through this entire thing, if you're still with us, props to you, Mama, because that
I
was.
think it's very interesting.
I know it is for some people, but for a lot of people, I don't think they really care that much about.
I think more people care about
theme parks.
I think more people care about these theme parks, especially the Universal and the Disney World.
Yeah.
You know, the Universal parks and the Disney
They're
parks.
definitely the big ones.
They have big followings and fan bases. That's why they make billions of dollars per year.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be
stay
moving
tuned
on.
From,
yeah.
stay tuned for Let's Talk About That from Disneyland
Yeah.
and
or,
also from Epic Universe Theme Park.
There you go. Both of them. We'll hit both of them. All right. More. Let's talk about that right after this. And we're back. I mean, hello. What a break that was for us.
I know, such a lovely break.
Larry pooped twice.
Hey, you pooped 4 times. You broke my toilet.
Oh my God. Excuse you. I didn't break my toilet. It's just the valve wasn't working. Are we really still going to talk about this?
No, we can move on.
Okay. Well, it is summer, as we've talked about many times so far on the podcast.
And speaking of the Disney universe,
Yeah.
we just saw the Inside Out 2 movie.
The Inside Out 2, honey. We were
Which-
both inside and we were out.
Yeah, and we were 2.
Twice.
And I really liked this movie.
I did too.
I thought it was a great sequel. I think that the new emotions that they added were really fun, except for embarrassment. He didn't really do anything.
He didn't really do anything.
And
but-
neither did envy, really.
No, envy I thought was the worst of the new emotions.
Really?
But yeah.
I thought it was embarrassment because I felt like embarrassment didn't really.
Well, he was embarrassed, honey.
Right, but it
You,
didn't really
you don't have
contribute-
shame, so it's
That's true.
You know.
I live with zero shame.
Exactly. So embarrassment is not necessarily something you know.
Right.
But for those of us who have much Jewish guilt,
I have Jewish guilt. Jacob.
that's true.
If there's anyone that has Jewish guilt, it's me.
That I can agree with. But envy I thought was lame. I did love unexpected love ennui.
Ennui.
Hello, ennui.
Snaps for ennui.
We loved ennui. I thought
We
ennui
love
was
ennui.
great.
Ennui love.
Okay. This was a good movie, I thought. It was a good sequel. I did enjoy it quite a lot. I just wish they would do a different kid. Because right
Yeah.
now we are only getting the straight white girl experience. I hate
Well,
to
first of
say
all, we
it.
don't know if she's straight. We don't know if she's straight.
Honey, she's straight. It's Disney.
I guess, but it's not really about
The
her.
only gay movie that Disney ever made, they intentionally flopped because they did no marketing for it so that they would have an excuse to never make a gay-centric movie again.
And it was barely gay centric.
Yeah.
That movie,
Yeah.
Strange World.
I know.
There was like
It made me
one-
so angry because it was such a good movie.
Yeah.
But whatever.
But they're doing it on the Disney Channel.
That's
So
true.
they're-
Disney Channel's much better about it
than the big Disney movies.
The Disney movies.
Yeah, I think they get worried about overseas and stuff because the movies have to play really well in all countries, not just America.
Right.
But they got to get over that. They got to get past that.
Like, at what point do you say, I have so much money, let's
Right.
make something that actually makes an impact on people's lives?
I would like for them to say that. I would like for all companies to say that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of why we had a strike in
Yeah.
the film and TV industry last year.
Yeah.
You know?
Because they have so much money.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming pretty soon that the government's going to step in and do a monopoly, whole
Right,
thing with
because
them.
it's now becoming more mergers and
Right.
more like, it's
like,
ridiculous.
It's absurd. Why am I watching The Kardashians on Disney Plus? Why
Right.
am I watching Fire Island on Disney Plus? Why am I watching Poor Things on
Disney Plus. Yeah, that's crazy that movie is on Disney Plus. It
like,
should not be.
oh, let me go from Moana to Poor Things,
Yeah.
a movie about female masturbation.
A movie about seeing Emma Stone's
Stone's
boobs.
and vagina.
Yeah.
many times.
Ugh.
Huh.
Everybody loves that movie.
I know everybody loves it except us.
Except
whatever.
us. Whatever. But but I really liked the Inside Out too. I
Yes.
thought it was great. Representation of what it's like to be a teenager.
Yeah,
And so,
if you're a
claps to
straight
that.
white girl, for sure. I
Yeah.
totally agree.
but I think in a more general sense. But anyway, but really no other like crazy movies this summer that were
we're
liking.
I hate to be like the one who hates everything. I hated Challengers. I thought it was horrible.
I thought Challengers was fine.
Horrible.
I thought like the score, the music of it was really good, but I didn't really think that the story was much to write home about.
Horrible. Listen, Zendaya cannot do it. And it's so funny because like your grandma and I share this. like
I know.
Your grandma and I have this thing with Zendaya where it's just I don't think she can act. And I think people don't realize that.
I disagree. I think that she's okay. I think that she's a good actress.
Well, that's just
I think that she
because-
pops on screen.
Yeah,
She really pops.
That's the big term that
Yeah.
everyone uses these days.
I like watching
Pops on
Zendaya.
screen.
I think she's beautiful. I think that I will say she does always play kind of the same
Okay,
character.
she's beautiful. That's it. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is how good of an actor you are.
I know.
She's not a
she
good
does kind
actor.
of always play the
Everyone
same
says she's
character.
hot and she's beautiful, and I want to drink Zendaya's bathwater.
Ew.
That's what
Who
people
says
say.
that?
All the online incels. All right, that's what they're all saying. Okay, she does not have acting ability.
Well, I'm not going to go out here on record and say that I think Zendaya is a bad actor because that's not what I think. I think that she's good. I'm okay watching her in a movie. But I just didn't think the writing of that movie was all that stellar.
No, it wasn't.
I thought it was just kind of like a whatever. Like
I
there
also
wasn't
didn't
really...
think the cinematography was anything to write home about either.
The one shot where
because I
you
know it's going to win best cinematography at the Oscars.
maybe, but that one shot where you are the ball,
I hated it.
I was like, ooh.
They should have put a seizure warning.
Yeah,
before
that shot was
that.
kind of crazy.
That was like too much.
Other
for
than
me.
that, I mean, I thought it was good. I mean, I really liked the music.
I wish it was about tennis. I wanted it to be
Right, it's
about
not really,
tennis.
Not really about tennis.
It's not about tennis
it
at
could have
all.
been any sport.
Yeah.
You know. And then we liked the Fall Guy movie.
I did. I had a good time at that one.
Yeah.
Again, it's not pretending to be high art. It's
Right,
just a
it's
silly,
just
stupid
fun.
movie, and it's action packed.
But I mean,
And we had to watch what's her name? Oh, Hannah Waddingham wear one of the worst wigs I've ever
yes,
seen in
that
Hollywood.
wig was awful. Why was that wig
One of
so
the
bad?
worst wigs I have ever seen in Hollywood.
Why are these wigs in these $1 million movies?
I know.
Not up to snuff.
I know. Hollywood, if you're listening, we need a wig budget on these movies.
That's like Katya, the drag queen. That's like her cause that
Yeah.
she will fight for. Good wigs. But, and then what else? And then other than the Dune 2,
We liked the Dune 2.
Liked,
We liked Dune 2.
Zendaya.
Okay,
That one.
I liked every part that wasn't Zendaya in that movie.
You come on. You didn't like the parts with Zendaya?
No, I didn't. She added nothing.
I thought she was good.
What did she do?
I just thought she was good.
I thought
she
the
did what
black
she
and
needed to do.
white was cool. The
Yes,
black and
that
white
part
world
was really
cool.
That part was really cool.
I
in the
thought
second
that was
movie.
cool.
I thought
when
Austin Butler was great.
Austin Butler kissed Bootstrap Bill.
I don't remember
from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that actor.
But other than that, not really any crazy movies this year.
No.
I mean, maybe it's just because of all the strikes from last year that things got pushed back.
Because movies usually take more than a year to
That's
from
true.
filming to come out.
That's true. Probably all those movies were filmed long before the strike.
Yeah. So I don't think it's the strike that's causing it. I think it's just people not having good ideas.
Yeah. But speaking of the nerdiness of everything and the nerdy world that we were in with the theme parks.
Sure.
Because we haven't been watching too many movies, we've been getting into some TV.
Oh, yes, we have. Well,
and you're showing me for the first time Doctor Who.
Oh my God. I'm so excited that you are now watching Doctor Who because this was an integral part of my formative experience as a human being. I was the kid who had the TARDIS shirt. I had all the little merch, and I was always watching all the episodes from 2006 to 2017. I was watching Doctor Who, and I started watching it again in the year 2024.
Right.
I guess 2023 because I watched David Tennant's specials were in 2023.
Right, which I did see. You did show me those, and
yes, we did watch the Christmas special because
and
it was important.
We watched
to
the
me.
Ncuti Gatwa season together.
Yes, and that was your first season of Doctor Who, which was wild to me. Was that you watched the Ncuti Gatwa season for your
before David Tennant
for your first season of Doctor
Who, that
Who.
season was so really good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed. I think
Russell
Ncuti
T
Gatwa,
Davies. Hello.
Yeah,
I
think Ncuti Gatwa is great.
Yeah,
such
he
a good
is
doctor.
great. He's awesome. I love him.
And I also really liked Millie Gibson.
Yeah,
really,
as
liked
Ruby Sunday.
Yeah, I liked her as the companion. I thought she was a really interesting, cool companion.
Right. And I think they are great. Obviously, the best all time are David Tennant and Catherine Tate as the Doctor and Donna.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah, if you're listening to this episode, props to you because this is probably the nerdiest episode we will ever do of this.
We'll
this
do
podcast.
more nerdy. We're such nerds. We have to do more nerdy.
That's
but
true.
This is maybe our first super nerdy episode.
Yeah, it's a very nerdy episode. But Doctor Who was part of all of it. I watched Christopher Eccleston. I watched David Tennant. I watched Matt Smith. I watched Peter Capaldi. I watched Ncuti Gatwa. I mean, I've seen them all.
And your favorite is David Tennant and Catherine Tate.
Yes, that's the best combo for sure. So you're watching season 2 right now with Rose, Billie Piper,
who at first she was annoying me so much.
Yeah,
but now
you like her.
Now I like her a little more.
Yeah,
I like her a little more.
Listen, it's so controversial to say this, especially if the Doctor Who fandom gets on this right now, but Rose was never my favorite.
Does the Doctor Who fandom really like Rose?
She's beloved.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do they love her so much?
The literal fucking production company that makes the show is called Bad Wolf after her thing. So.
Why do they love her so much?
You haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's something.
There's more to come. There's more to come.
Okay, I see.
But everyone says that was. I guess it's because it's a very, very heteronormative dynamic between them. Where it's man and woman.
Now, how do the fans feel about the more gay season that's been happening?
So a large part of the fandom loves it, and of course there is the homophobe that's this is not Doctor Who anymore. When meanwhile all the doctors have mentioned being with men before.
Right.
There were
Doctor's kind of bisexual.
There were queer characters. He's pansexual even. And there are queer characters throughout the entire show. I don't know if you've met Captain Jack yet, played by the gay actor John Barrowman.
I don't think
he plays an insanely pansexual character. But there have always been queer characters. That's kind of the whole point of the show.
Right.
The showrunner, Russell T. Davis, I mean, hello,
Right.
like literally is a gay man who also wrote and directed It's a Sin for HBO, which
Right.
is the gayest show you'll ever watch in your entire life. So, you know, I don't get how people think it's like, oh, this isn't Doctor Who anymore. It's like, yes, it is. This is what it has always been like.
I think it's really cool that he is able to create this world where all of that, you know, queerness is kind of just normal and it just comes in and out of the world like whenever it wants to, and it really has nothing to do with like the plot usually.
Right.
Like, and it like super props to, you know, Russell T. Davies for
And Stephen Moffat, to his
Yeah.
credit, who took over after him.
That's true. For just being able to like build that into the world. I think my favorite thing about Doctor Who so far is like the world is so limitless.
Yes.
Like I love how expansive it is, and I love that there's always something new to discover about the world of this show. And I also love that they never use the limitlessness of the world as a crutch. So
No.
like it's always like the formula is we go to this one place and have this whole exploration that happens in this one place, and we don't ever leave this place, like unless there's something major or some reason that they have to, but
Right.
like they solve all of the problems that they have like in that place with the tools they have, and they only go back into the TARDIS to go somewhere else when like that problem has been solved.
yeah. Yeah.
And I think that is so smart. Like they never run away from a challenge. They never run away from a problem. They always have to go deeper, deeper, deeper into the thick of the problem to then come out the other side, which is just like such good writing.
Yeah, it's great writing in that regard. It's also great writing in the stories they tell. Like,
Right.
like no matter where they are, what they're doing, there's always going to be a human interest story.
Yes, there's always
and you
always
and
a
you start
human-
to care about like characters, you
Right.
know, who are only there for like maybe an episode or two.
Right. There's always like a human component that comes in. There's always a deeper
Right.
like story, emotional arc.
Yes, and with so many shows that do that incredibly unsuccessfully of like putting in characters and making you care about them.
Right.
Like Doctor Who is one of the few shows that will always make you care about the many human stories that they're
Yeah,
telling.
I mean, we just watched like this series of 2 episodes in
Yes.
this season where like they
They go
they're
to
on
an
this-
impossible planet
Right,
on the
that's like-
precipice of a black hole.
right, and then they kind of have an encounter with like the devil, basically.
Right. They also dismantle religion a lot in this show.
Right. And like by the end of it, you care. So they introduce you to like these like 6 or 7 characters that are kind of stuck on this planet, and by the end of it, you care so much about these characters. And it's only 2 episodes.
Yeah.
You know, and so I see why then you care so much about the Doctor and the companion by the time like their time is up, because you're going on all of these adventures with them. It's
Yeah.
so magical. I loved there was this other episode the other night that I watched where it was like a princess kind of woman, or like the
girl in her fireplace with the
right,
clockwork
the fireplace.
people.
And
yeah.
and he keeps coming. There's like a time window, and so he's like on a spaceship, but he keeps finding her at like different points in her life and kind of like watches her grow up.
Yeah.
And by the end, you like care so much about the dynamic that the Doctor and this woman have, because he's known her whole life, or maybe even she's known him her whole life, because he just keeps coming back time and again in her
Right.
life, and they just like build such high emotional stakes
Yeah.
in this like sci-fi world, which is so brilliant to me.
I'm just so excited for you to get to like some iconic Doctor Who episodes.
Yeah, like what do I
and-
have to look forward to?
Well, next season you have Blink, which is
Okay.
considered one of the best episodes of British television ever made.
Okay.
So, I mean, hello.
Is there a little like synopsis you can give me that doesn't spoil it?
It's the Weeping Angels episode.
Oh, okay, you said that. Yes,
Yes.
where the angels like
The
come
premise
to life.
is you can't blink because they can only move when you can't see them.
Ooh, that is spooky boots.
It is a spookier one, but that's what I love. There's always a mix of campy, there's a mix of spooky.
Right.
And that episode in particular, we'll talk about it more once you watch it, but like that episode was only made because like they needed a low budget episode and could do it in like one little spot.
That's the other thing that's so brilliant. That episode I was just talking about with the devil thing, like that was all filmed on a soundstage, no doubt.
Right.
Like they always they can do such brilliant things with low budget.
And also, like, keep in mind that season that you're watching right now aired in 2006.
Right.
Like, this is all graphics and effects and everything from 2006, and it doesn't detract.
No, because the writing and the story is so good that you don't even notice that the graphics are kind of old and outdated.
Just wait, bitch, until you get to the ones that are, like, super high graphics. And
yeah,
like,
I mean... like the Shooty Gatwa season.
Yeah, I know. But like when you start getting those with like, I think it really starts with like Matt Smith. They get better. Like at the beginning of Matt Smith's, I'd say.
That makes sense.
His tenure. My God. Like it's like, you're really like there.
You're so immersed.
Yeah,
at that
you're
point.
so immersed.
I cannot wait.
I can't wait for you to get to Dr. Donna, and you'll get that at the end of this season you're currently watching, but you'll really get it in season 4.
Right. And I said this to you like a couple weeks ago when I really started watching this show like more religiously. I was like, this has the potential to be like my favorite show of all time. And I feel like it's kind of your favorite show of all time too.
It is. It's one of those ones that I don't like talk about that often, like as like my favorite, but like I adore it. Like it's like such an integral part of who I am, and you know, like my experience growing up. That was like a thing for me to like, you know, use as a crutch for myself. And so it is very important to me.
It was your safe space, and that's really beautiful.
Yeah. And also David Tennant is fucking hot.
Oh my God. David Tennant is so... I don't know if I would say hot is the right word, but in those original seasons, he is so cute.
I know.
With his little freckles.
Every person.
His little nose.
Every person had a crush on David Tennant when he was the doctor.
So cute.
I know. Everybody.
So adorable cute.
Everybody loved him for that.
I live. He's so cute. Now, do they do a Doctor Who thing at Comic-Con?
Yes.
Have you
David Tennant loves going to those. I've never been to Comic-Con.
Does he go to like the San Diego Comic-Con?
I think so, yeah. Christopher Eccleston definitely goes. Matt Smith usually goes.
Oh, wow.
And Matt Smith will probably definitely go because now he's on the Dragon show. So he'll definitely probably go for that anyway. But
is there a Comic-Con?
Does Peter Capaldi go? Sometimes Peter Capaldi. I've seen Peter Capaldi at those.
Is there a Comic-Con in the UK?
Yes, there is.
So maybe they go there more often. I wonder if they
I think San Diego they go to. I think
like
everyone goes
right?
to San Diego.
I've never gone to a Comic-Con.
No, me either. I would love to go.
Because you're also into some of the superheroes,
yes,
the DC.
I'm a big DC superhero.
And I'm sure they do a lot of that at the Comic-Con, right?
Yes, they do. I would love to go to Comic-Con for the record.
Yeah. What kind of things do they do at Comic-Con? Like
I mean, it's mostly like superheroes and anime and Doctor Who and things of that vein. So, it is that vein.
So panels,
yeah,
and like autograph signings.
You came to DragCon, right? When I was working at World of Wonder, you didn't come.
Never went to DragCon.
Oh,
I went to D23, which was like the Disney convention. I'm maybe similar to that.
Yeah, I wish you had come to DragCon while I was there. But it's a lot like that, I think.
So different booths.
Like you can shop, you can meet people, meet and greets, and you know, like
it was like that at the Disney
panels and stuff.
The D23 is like that. I mean, not so many meet and greets. I mean, there's some meet and greets at D23, but it's a lot of shopping. A lot of like authorized retailers or like official Disney merch or like activations for different new shows, different panels, different things like that. So I guess that's just what a convention is.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was the first one I'd ever really gone to was D23.
Right. Yeah. Well, DragCon, I went 3 times while I was there. I don't know. That was like a whole thing because like
well, you were also working. So
I was working.
It was kind of probably exhausting
quite a lot.
for you.
After creating Bring Back My Girls, you know, I had to make sure that was going smoothly at DragCon Filmed. It's on its 5th or 6th season now, I believe.
And it was your idea.
You're welcome, Drag Race fans. You're welcome.
Birthed from your brain.
That's right.
You know, it's funny. Like until I worked for Disney, I wasn't really a super mega Disney fan.
Interesting.
But working for Disney really got me so much more into like the world of being more of a Disney fan. And then by the time I actually went to D23 as a like more of a patron, I mean, we were still like doing a performance there, but then the next day I got to like go look at the convention hall and stuff.
Yeah.
At that point I was like, oh wow, this is all so cool, because I got to like actually experience, you know, being a Disney fan at D23.
Yeah, that's great.
I've gotten more nerdy in recent years, I think. When I was in,
I highly doubt that, because
you're saying that I was already a mega nerd, or you're saying that I'm not a nerd now?
No, I'm saying that there are there's pictures of you as a child that exist.
Yeah.
Right?
I was a theater nerd. I was like a musical theater
But that's
nerd.
also being a nerd.
Yes, I understand. But I wasn't nerdy about like things that people consider like nerdy.
Oh, honey, I hate to
Other
tell
than
you,
musical
but most
theater.
people think musical theater is very nerdy.
Okay, fine. But I didn't really like, I mean, my dad really loved Star Trek. Like, and
Okay.
he still really watches Star Trek.
Yeah.
Which I know is like has a huge like fan base like that.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch those kinds of things. Never, like I said, never watched Harry Potter, you know, until now as an
Star
adult.
Wars?
Like, I watched the Star Wars, but not until COVID, not until 2020.
Oh my God.
And I just watched them
You
all on
really
Disney
weren't
Plus.
like a nerd. Like,
Yeah,
girl,
I
I
was-
was watching Star Wars. I was doing all the DC Comics stuff. I was doing Doctor Who. I was doing Harry Potter. I read the Harry Potter series 7 times.
All of the books?
Every single book, all 7. I read them 7 times.
How do you even read all 7 books 7 times?
I would read through the whole series, and then I would read it. Well, first of all, I started reading it before the whole series is out, not to date myself.
Okay.
I
remember when the last book came out.
I remember when the 5th book came out.
Wow.
I remember we went to the local Barnes and Noble and waited online
There
at
was a
midnight
line.
for the
Wow.
5th one, for the
At
6th one,
midnight.
and for the 7th one. And then we stayed up all night after the 7th one. I remember that distinctly, reading the book and trying to get as far as we could bought like 4 copies of it.
Whoa.
I'm telling you, like, I was mega nerd. Like,
Because now it's like common knowledge what happens in those stories, but at that time nobody knew how the story was going to end or what was going to happen.
I know.
I do remember when everyone was talking about the last
Girl,
book.
I remember when Dumbledore. I shouldn't say this.
Unalived. When Dumbledore unalived.
Well, I was holding back because I didn't want to ruin it in case anyone now got into Harry Potter.
I think people know.
Well, I was more specifically talking about you because.
Oh, I knew that already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do
Because
that.
I know you haven't been invested in Harry Potter. So
No, but
I
don't even know how.
I was trying
knew
to save
that.
face. I was trying to save face.
I don't even know how I knew that, but I knew that Dumbledore unalived.
I hate the world we live in. Why can't we just say he fucking died? All right, Dumbledore died. All right, that's what happened. He died. He was murdered.
I think the unalived thing is about like social media and not like getting tagged in or like getting your video associated with death. or
Okay,
dying.
well, he died.
Yeah.
All right, bitch. He died. That is a deep cut reference for anyone who got that. I love you.
Yeah.
But wow, this today was really.
I was going to say we're all over the map, but actually we weren't all over the map. We kind of went, we did a 1-2 combo. We got really deep into like 2 very nerdy things.
Yeah, today I think we're gonna call the episode "Let's Talk About Being Nerdy" because this is, if you are still with us for this hour, God bless you.
Yeah, God bless ya. And you know what? I talked about theme parks for 30 minutes, and that was not even close to enough.
I know.
I didn't even get to Disney. I could
Well-
have taled about Disney parks for another hour.
I know, and we certainly will do that at some point. Hopefully not in the near future.
Hey.
But I think we will, once you're done with Peter Capaldi in Doctor Who,
We'll do a
have to go
recap.
back
A
and
Doctor
really
Who recap.
talk about Doctor Who, because there's so much I want to talk about with you about it.
Yeah, I'm sure there's so many more things that I've yet to explore.
Oh my God, with Pandorica, there's
Yeah, don't even know what that is.
the wedding of River Song. I mean, there's so many things to get into with that. So I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
So fun.
we did it.
We love nerdy things here on Let's Talk About That.
Apology if you just were like a pop star person who had tuned in for Kylie
Yeah, if you only
Cantrell
like pop music.
last episode and now have come and listened to this.
No, let's never apologize for what we talk about because the show's called Let's Talk About That.
That's right. We're talking about the things that we love.
Yeah.
So if you don't like it, you don't have to listen. You don't
That's
have to
true.
watch.
Yeah,
There
you don't have
go.
to talk about it.
But what you do have to do is follow us on social media at Let's
Yeah,
Talk
even
About
if
That
you don't
Pod.
like us, you have to follow us.
At Let's Talk About That. Can you say it? My English is messing up now. I'm short circuiting.
At Let's Talk About That Pod on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And if you want to send us an email, it's let's talk about that pod at gmail.com.
Yes, we love hearing from fans. We love hearing compliments. We love hearing business inquiries.
Yes.
From corporate America.
Yeah, Disney, Universal, Doctor Who.
Yes.
We gassed you all up today. San Diego Comic-Con.
You know who might actually be listening to this is Jinx Monsoon, and
Jinx Monsoon.
she is part of the Doctor Who world.
She did so good on the season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was in the Shudigawa season. So Jinx, if you are listening, please let Russell T Davis know. We would love to be involved.
We'd love to just meet Russell T Davis.
Yeah, honestly, if we could get him on the pod, that's like a dream. For
Whoa.
me. That's a dream for me. Getting Russell.
I really like when we assert our goals here on the air.
I think it helps because it puts it out there in the universe of
Yeah.
like what we're trying to achieve.
Yeah,
here.
totally.
Yeah. So thanks for listening today.
Yeah. What a fun deep dive nerdy episode.
Yeah, and we'll see you next week on Let's Talk About That. Bye.
Bye. Joyride.